with us in studio. Today, of course, makes no difference. Every Tuesday, the regular slot. So, good morning, Mr. Nico. Good to have you with us.
Good morning to you and also to listeners. Now, when you hear the word scam, you assume that I'm talking about somebody who's trying to cheat. But sometimes you can end up doing something that ends up being a scam by mistake.
Yes.
And so I want to talk about two emails that arrived on my desk in the past few days. The first one went as follows. Dear Nico, my mother is nearly 80 years old. She lives with us. Some days she knows who I am, but most days she does not. She still owns the family home, which brings in an income because there's a tenant, and this supplements
Right.
her living costs. My family wants to sell the home. They want also to take that money and receive the inheritance while she's still alive. What should I do? Well, that's going to be a scam if you do that.
Sure.
Because how will you get your mother's consent when she is unable to provide you with the consent? And how are you going to get a signature when she doesn't understand what she is doing? And even if you then, by some miracle, were to get her consent, once the money is in a bank account, how are you going to get it out of that bank account legally? And if you then take the money and spend it while she's still alive, that's going to be considered a donation. So if you do want to go that way, there are a number of pitfalls that you have to be aware of. And unless you get proper legal advice, you could find yourself being accused of running a scam. So you have to be careful. It's not just a matter of saying she can't look after herself anymore, therefore we can get the family inheritance now, spend it, and then who is going to look after her once there is no money available anyway? My second email. Dear Nico, I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. It's in the early stages, and I have no visible symptoms yet. What should I do? Now, this is an example of something that happens fairly often in our industry. You buy a policy from somebody. 6 months later, they've left the insurance industry. And now you can't remember what it was you bought. And the replacement person who's looking after that policy doesn't get paid to look after you. Unless you buy another policy, nothing is going to happen. And this is what happened in this particular case. So when we read her policies that she'd bought over the years, I informed her that she had an immediate claim against the insurance company of 350,000 rand. Because she's got a policy called dread disease. And dread disease was designed by the brother of Dr. Chris Barnard. And because I'm 1,000 years old, I met the brother when he designed this particular plan. And the big selling point for him was on diagnosis, your claim is paid.
Wow.
It's not paid when you are completely disabled or whether the symptoms are so bad that you can't survive anymore. It's paid on diagnosis. And because she's been diagnosed with Parkinson's, her claim will be met. So she's got to get the proof that she's been diagnosed. She's got to submit it to the insurance company, and she will get her 350,000 rand paid out within a couple of days. But now there's another complication that she's not aware of. She works for the state, and she is therefore on the GEPF. That means she also has to inform the GEPF not her manager, the GEPF, because there is going to be another claim that has to be paid out to her. And that claim, these claims that I'm talking about, are paid without tax being taken into account. They're tax-free payments. And if she doesn't start that process, because that one's going to take a little longer to pay out, she needs to get that claim through so that that can also be paid out to her. So her life is going to change. She's still fully functional, and she's going to be functional for quite a few more years. But she's entitled to claims, and she needs to get what is due to her. Now, this is where I have a problem. You see, you have to have a living relationship with your financial planner. You cannot only meet with him once a year, and the relationship's got to be based more than just on buying policies. So the minimum kind of discussion you need to have is cash flow, debts, budgets. You need to evaluate the return on your investments. You need to look at projections of cash flow, and those projections must go right up into retirement. You need to evaluate your portfolio risks and the diversity of income. It's a different relationship. It's not like the old days where you went there and bought a policy and then you were on your own. So folks, make sure that your relationship with your financial planner is living and that it meets your needs, not just their needs. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Nico Kleynhans. I appreciate that advice as always. If you want to get more information or get in touch with Mr. Nico, you can do so at questions@northwood.co.za. Thank you for your time this morning.